Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? I think it's time to have a real conversation about Chloe Bailey. Um, Not Chloe, but Haley. Haley Bailey. Child, I get them mixed up. But it's time to have a real conversation about her and her split up by, with longtime boyfriend and child's father. DDG. Now, I was under the impression that these two was married because they had did an interview a while back saying that they were married. So I left it alone because I was like, man, he made her a baby mama, but they were saying in the interview that they were married, kept on saying, oh, we married on the low, we married on the low. I don't know if you guys remember, I reported it for the other people that follow me on Rumble, follow me on, YouTube, follow me on the different various places that y'all follow me. I definitely talked about how he was saying how they were married. So I was under the impression that this was his wife. However, I don't know if that was the truth, if they were really married, because now information has came out that they have been broken up. So I just am going to give you guys my 1-2 step on how I feel about it, about them not being together. Honestly, if they were everyday people or just like regular people and it wasn't so much on the internet, I would not even be speaking on this, because I believe in people having their own separate situations and it's private or whatever. But because they're a public figure, we're going to talk about it, okay? Now, honestly, I have just got used to the idea of them being an item, or them being in a relationship, because from the beginning I just did not like him for her or her for him. Now, individually, I like them by themselves. I just did not like them together, just because I just felt like they didn't fit. If he was to be in a relationship with her sister versus her, I feel like, it would kind of make sense. Not saying that he should get with her sister, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that just the aesthetics, it makes sense for him to be with the sister just because the sister has that aesthetic. Chloe, I don't know if it's the Little Mermaid or what's going on. Not Chloe, Haley. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mix their names up. I do it a lot. I see them like sister, even though they're not twins. I see them like an item. Every time I mention Chloe, I gotta mention Haley. Every time I mention Haley, I gotta mention Chloe. But Haley, for me, I don't know if it's the Little Mermaid, but I think of her very innocently, if you do know what I mean. Like, I just see her as she's just very innocent, just a very innocent person or innocent soul. And I'm not saying that she doesn't have parts to where she could turn up, but her entire aura, just her voice is very angelic. Everything about her is just very much so innocent to me. She has a very clean cut image, and her sister had one as well. However, her sister, fought hard and kicked down the doors in order for us to see her as a sex symbol. But Chloe is Chloe, but Haley was not like that. Haley just is like, hey, I'm gonna remain classy and I'm sexy for the person that I end up with, or my husband, or whoever I end up with. However, I'm not going to project sex, because I feel like just me being a boss or me being a beautiful woman is sexy enough. It should be sexy for the right person. And I think she always had that aura about her, and I really enjoyed that. It reminds me of like sister, like I said. There is Tia and there's Tamara. Tamara always gave off the sweet, kind, genuine, really, like, she's corny, makes corny jokes, but she's a sweet girl overall. That's how I think about Haley. I think of Haley as just like a sweet girl. Of course, she's a grown woman, so she has some, sexy to her or whatever, but she's just very much so innocent, and just, you just have a certain type of respect for Tamara. And not saying you don't respect Tia, you respect Tia, but Tia's kind of did certain things to show her sexy side. I don't know if it's the game, or, the show, the game, or whatever she's done, but she has fought hard for, kick down those doors for us to see her as a sex symbol, and for her to be seen as, I'm a grown woman. Whereas Tamara's always had that innocent about her. She's married, she has her husband, has just that type of energy or that type of vibe, like, hey, I'm a very private person and you will respect me. That's how I see Tamara, and that's how I see Haley versus Chloe, right? I just think that, him and the type of person that he is, he lacks decorum, and he's very, like, I would say he tries to, I don't know why, but he tries to emulate or, perpetuate hood culture, like the way he talks or just his energy, the F boy swag. He tries to project that, at least in media, right? I don't know this man personally, so I'm just going off of what I see and what that looks like to me, I don't know him, once again, personally. I don't know them personally, so I can't say what they do in their personal lives, but he always gives off F boy, swag, like Haley was never hanging around with Krishan Rock um, prior to, but she's with DDG now. DDG was cool with Blueface, so she popped up randomly. I remember on our timeline hanging out with Krishan Rock, just that entire aura. And then after that, she was hanging around with, Krishan Rock was hanging around with Ruby Rose, and Ruby Rose was like, "Oh, he's hitting me up and he's messaging me behind the scenes." So y'all remember that birthday? Ever since that birthday, I have not been able to really like understand DDG. Like I didn't like understand his aesthetic with, Haley, but I was willing to give him like, just all right, let's see what this is. But I did not like how he played in her face in that situation. And then he tried to gaslight Ruby Rose to say, oh, she's a liar. But I'm not going to sit up in here and act like Ruby Rose is not a loser or a weirdo, point blank, period. Ruby Rose was still lusting after that man. She still wanted that man. She still wants the man now. She's talking about, I just seen a live of her saying, oh, I'm in Atlanta, so I'm outside, all of that. I don't know if she's trying to imply that he could hit her up. When that girl had the baby, she was weird doing interviews talking about, oh, congratulations on your baby. Like, girl, that's not your friend, meaning Haley's not your friend, and you try to get with her man, or her man was messaging you while he was with her. Why would you congratulate? Like, I don't know. I just feel like I understand if it was meant to be sweet, but it just gave off like weak or whack B vibes. And Ruby has been giving whack B vibes for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I just think that the less you say, the better. The whole situation with her and that comedian and how she was out here allegedly getting a abort, allegedly because she was preggo, or saying that she was kissing him or whatever for publicity. It's just she's been giving me corny B vibes, and I feel like she fits with DDG because he gives corny N-word vibes. You understand what I'm saying? Both of them just be giving corny vibes, but she's out here saying that she's outside in Atlanta. She's trying to make little, slight moves and say, hey, I'm out here with him. So if y'all see me with him, what's up, what's up? But she's saying it without saying it. And a lot of people be like, oh, girl, what? Like, what do you mean? It's just, you have to be intuitive about these things. Like, just be very intuitive and try to read between the lines, because they'll never come out and say it. But Ruby Rose is a weirdo. But from the gate, I never ever saw Halle with this man, with DDG. I just felt like he was going to take advantage of her. I felt like he was going to just, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like advantage financial wise, because both of them have money. So I don't think like, oh, he's going to use her for her money or nothing like that. I just think that she's a sweet, kind girl, and she's not willing to go ratchet. So I think that she has a certain level of class and decorum about her, and he lacks those things. So he's always taking the cheap shot, I don't know if you guys seen that the news came out on his saying it on his close friends. He was saying how he ain't sad, but the head was whack, and then he has came out since and said that's not true. It wasn't him, blah blah blah. I wouldn't be surprised if it was him. The fact is, like, he just gives that, he gives that, like, he's always going to take the cheap shot. I feel as though like he would do that to try to play into the audience, or I don't know, he lacks like just existing fame. He has to do outlandish things, ratchet things, in order to gain media attention. And I think that that's what, like, if that was true, whether it's true or not, it's none of my business, child. But he's saying it's not true, and I'm gonna believe him on that. But if it was true, we wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, it took me a long time to even say anything about it, because he's such a jokester. I didn't think if like he was telling the truth or not. And that's the crazy part. It's like he's so much of an antics type of person, or he does this on social media, just play around on social media like this. He, like, it's in his character to make this all be a stunt, a publicity stunt, or do stupid stuff like this all the time. So it's hard for us to even take him seriously. And Haley is just not like that. Haley's a serious actor. Haley has a certain level of respect about her. She don't play these like loser games on social media. She's not a prankster. She gets real movie roles. She makes real money. So I don't think that she like necessarily needs to do that. needs to do these different antics, whereas he does that, he needs to do that to garner up media attention. And another thing is, I just recently found out that he lives with a lot of his family members. Now I don't know how true that is, but that's what they're saying on the internet, that he lives with, family and stuff. And him and Haley just had a baby, so that can't be easy, being there with family opinions, especially if it's your first baby. You don't know what you're supposed to do. You're gonna fall down, not physically fall down, but like how you move, like meaning like the decisions you make, it's not gonna be all perfect. You have to have room and space to make mistakes. And when you live with family, I didn't lived with my mom when I had my daughter, so I definitely understand. I got one kid. But when you live with family, it's always a stressor, because they always want to put their opinions and their feelings onto you. And you live with your man family, you don't want to hear their opinions or their feelings. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that. So I think that that could have had a weight on their relationship as well, you know? And I think that just he wasn't necessarily being a lot mature, in a lot of circumstances. The fact that he brought certain things to the media and how he handled certain things, I knew like he was step behind Haley and her sister. I think that I really truly in my heart believe that he loved her. I just don't think he had like maturity with him, so where he could love her the way she deserved to be loved, just properly. I remember there was a time to where they were online, or she was at his house, and he leaked her boobs, her upper body, just him streaming or going live. The times he even leaked her pregnancy before she was ready to come out and say she was pregnant, without her going live and stuff. He's always recording personal moments, and it gives me that Haley is a very private person, just very private about her life, her relationships, what's going on, and he's not like that. I don't think that she likes the as publicized he makes her kid, like her son. I don't think that she wants her son heavy in the media like that. I think that he does a lot of that clickbait-ish stuff, and that I don't think that she's like that. She's very private with her personal life. Had it not been for him, we would not know different things that was really like going on with Haley. It just doesn't give me that she's, seeking media attention. She wants to keep her stuff private. And he, this is how he makes a living for him and his family. He comes from the social media world. So he perpetuates that type of behavior consistently. And I don't think that she's about that. He's always leaking things about her that she's not ready for the world to know, because it's very delicate, and people's opinions, and people easily get rubbed the wrong way. So she wanted to be very private in how she shared certain things. And I think that he just being social media hungry, or him just being an influencer, it just did not mash well. I'm sure he's a sweet guy, and I'm sure he's a wonderful man, and he will spend, because I know he spent a bag on her. Talk about all this money he spent on her. He'll waste money on her. He spoils her, as he should, because that's his woman and the mother of his child. But I just don't think that just aesthetically that they fit well together. And I think that their lifestyle is different, in my humble opinion. And I think that he has some maturing to do. This whole thing with Ruby Rose and him, I don't know if they meeting up, but it wouldn't surprise me, because remember that whole stuff happened around Valentine's Day, and he was supposedly breaking up with Haley then, or announcing that they weren't going to be together. I just think that her aura and who she is just does not necessarily fit with him, or his aura, what he has going on. I'm a little surprised, because recently I saw them at the Usher concert. I don't know how long ago they went, but it recently came out when Usher was trying to put those cherries in her mouth, and DDG took it from him and put it in her mouth, and she was just laughing, had her mouth open, cracking up. People were trying to go off on her then, saying that, oh, she was trying to take the cherry from Usher when she was just opening her mouth to laugh. She wasn't opening like put it in my mouth. She was laughing and trying to be sweet, and he took it and he put it in her mouth, and it was a cute moment. But I do not think that like she meant any harm in that moment. I just did not see the breakup happening because of that. And I was just getting used to their, them being a couple and their beautiful, handsome baby and all of that. But from the gate, if I'm being honest with you, I didn't necessarily see it. Like, I just thought in my mind that they just had different aesthetics. They just were different people. It just looked like, what is Haley doing with this guy? Like, and the whole making her a baby mama thing. And then they came out and all these different publicity stunts, or it just seemed like publicity stunt. Haley was in the media for all the time consistently. We was hearing more about her than seeing her on the screen, and I didn't like that. I don't think she liked that either, because she is a very private person. Him, like I said, leaking her boob thing, when that happened, y'all gotta look that up. Him just different things that he was doing, her pregnancy, leaking that on his little, people was putting two and two together on that. Like, he just was doing a lot of that. And then even like them coming out, or the pregnancy, oh, I'm not pregnant, I am pregnant. People had a bad taste about that because they felt like she was trying to make it a black issue. Remember, she was like, oh, my nose, I'm a black woman, my nose, trying to make it a color thing whole time you're pregnant. It just felt like she was doing a lot of antics in the media when she didn't need to do that. She was very, like, she's the very talented, very beautiful, like she has it, and she's an amazing actor, and she just has that, like, protect her at all costs. The Whitney Houston thing that Whitney used to have, the Brandy thing that Brandy used to have, the Beyonce thing that Beyonce used to have before she, got of age. That whole sweet, kind, protect her type of energy. We feel like that about her. Like, it's my little cousin. You feel like that about her. So I just did not see her with him. Not saying he's a bad person. I want to reiterate that. I just did not think that them two together was right. I just didn't think that, they matched each other aesthetic. But that's just my humble opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole DDG and Halle thing. Do y'all think that they fit together? Did y'all from the gate ever think that, like, man, I don't know about them, because it just seemed like they just of two different worlds? I don't know. Tell me if I'm tripping. I love you guys. Bye.
We're going outside tonight. I never go outside, so we're going out tonight.
And if I can tell myself something at age 22, I would tell myself not to get in a relationship, because it's damn near like having a part-time job, bro. Yeah. You really have to apply a lot of time and effort. Like, you might be doing videos all day and your girl get an attitude when you're doing your last video. Like, nigga, when you gonna take me out to eat? Yeah. When you gonna take me to the movies? When we gonna go on a date? And then it causes relationship problems in your real life that can affect your content. You might get mad in an argument. You might not want to film the next day. You might not want to stream the next day. You might not want to go to the studio the next day. Whatever. Like, so I would tell myself, if I was 22, I would say, bro, just grind it out. Let a relationship happen. Yeah. But only happen when you feel comfortable in yourself as a man. Like, I feel like you shouldn't get in a relationship until you feel like a nigga can't DM your girl and take your girl. Like, if you feel like it's a nigga out there that's more lit than you, more like stable than you, that can take your girl, then you ain't working hard enough. I hate this bitch. Oh my God, I hate this bitch. Oh my God. I hate this bitch.
My main focus isn't that.
So how did you make the decision? Yeah, to
in
start
2020 during COVID, during the pandemic.
For what reason? Because
my ex did it. DDG. He started it first, and he told me to do it.
Oh, he got a kid.
He did. Congratulations to them. And yeah, so
how does that make you feel?
I love children, and he has been wanting a child, so I think that's lovely for them.
But no
ill feelings. Absolutely not. It's a baby.
So he convinced you, right?
Yeah, he was like people had been telling me to do it because I would like twerk on Instagram for fun already.
Yeah.
And then I did that, dropped out of college, and moved to LA, and my life has just been like going up since.